Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're delving into a riveting tale of resilience and courage as we explore the political exile of Andrey Sakharov. This remarkable individual's journey takes us through the intricacies of power dissent and the unyielding spirit of a man who refused to be silenced. Andrey Sakharov, born on May 21, 1921 in Moscow, Russia, emerged as a brilliant physicist whose contributions left an indelible mark on the realm of science and geopolitics. Renowned for his innovative work in nuclear physics, Sakharov's genius became especially evident during his involvement in the Soviet atomic bomb project. In the aftermath of World War II, the escalating tensions of the Cold War spurred a frantic race between superpowers to develop powerful nuclear weapons. Sakharov's scientific prowess played a pivotal role in the Soviet Union's efforts to establish itself as a nuclear force on par with the United States. He was instrumental in the design of the hydrogen bomb, an achievement that elevated the Soviet Union's nuclear capabilities to a new level. As the political landscape of the Soviet Union evolved, Sakharov's conscience and moral compass began to clash with the regime's authoritarianism, leading him on a transformative journey from scientist to outspoken human rights advocate. Sakharov's life unfolded against the backdrop of a Soviet Union that was transitioning from the heights of Stalinist repression to the complexities of the Khrushchev and Brezhnev eras. The death of Joseph Stalin in 1953 marked a turning point, allowing for a certain degree of ideological relaxation and a cautious thaw in the icy grip of state control. Nikita Khrushchev's subsequent leadership attempted to distance itself from the extreme brutality of the Stalin era, even as the Soviet Union remained firmly rooted in its one-party communist rule. It was within this shifting political landscape that Sakharov's dual identity as a brilliant scientist and a moral thinker began to crystallize. The juxtaposition of scientific ambition and ethical considerations was becoming increasingly pronounced, as the Soviet Union's scientific advancements were tempered by a growing unease about the consequences of unchecked state power. Andrey Sakharov's journey into the realm of science began with a childhood marked by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge. Born into an intellectual family in Moscow in 1921, Sakharov displayed remarkable intellectual abilities from a young age. He pursued his passion for physics by enrolling at the Faculty of Physics at Moscow State University, where he quickly distinguished himself as a brilliant student. During his early years as a physicist, Sakharov delved into a wide range of scientific disciplines, from theoretical physics to cosmology. His work on the theory of stars' energy sources gained recognition, earning him a Doctor of Science degree in 1947. Sakharov's journey took an unexpected turn with his involvement in the Soviet atomic bomb project. In 1948, he became part of a secretive group of scientists working on developing a nuclear bomb for the Soviet Union. Sakharov's work on the hydrogen bomb design, known as the Sakharov thermonuclear bomb, marked a significant leap in the Soviet Union's nuclear capabilities. The pursuit of scientific advancements during the Cold War era was fraught with ethical and moral dilemmas. Scientists like Sakharov were faced with the tension between their dedication to advancing human knowledge and the potential misuse of their work for destructive purposes. As Sakharov continued to make groundbreaking contributions to nuclear physics, he increasingly grappled with the consequences of his work. His participation in the arms race, once a source of national pride, began to evoke a sense of moral unease. This internal conflict came to a head as he witnessed the impact of nuclear testing, both on the environment and on human lives. Sakharov's transformation into a dissident intellectual was punctuated by his public condemnation of various aspects of the Soviet regime. He used his platform to speak out against the dangers of nuclear testing and the proliferation of nuclear weapons. Furthermore, Sakharov's focus extended beyond the realm of nuclear weapons. He openly criticized the Soviet government's domestic policies, highlighting its systemic human rights abuses and the suppression of dissent. Sakharov's growing prominence as a critic did not go unnoticed by the Soviet authorities. Fearing the influence of his dissenting voice, the regime responded with a combination of intimidation, harassment, and censorship. Sakharov's status as a high-profile scientist afforded him some protection, but it did not shield him entirely from the state's attempts to silence him. But KGB, the Soviet security agency, employed tactics ranging from surveillance to direct threats against Sakharov and his family. Attempts were made to isolate him from his colleagues and to tarnish his reputation within the scientific community. Additionally, his writings were subjected to heavy censorship, with authorities often suppressing his works and preventing their dissemination. Despite these measures, Sakharov persisted in his critique. His commitment to human rights and his firm belief in the power of open discourse drove him to continue his advocacy. The authorities' efforts to silence him only fueled his determination to expose the injustices he witnessed. Sakharov's international prominence was amplified by his receipt of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1975, an honor that served to solidify his status as a symbol of dissent against the Soviet regime. Andrey Sakharov's arrest on December 19, 1980, marked a turning point in his life and the trajectory of his activism. Following his vocal criticism of the Soviet regime, Sakharov and his wife, Yelena Bonner, were arrested and forcibly taken to the closed city of Gorky, now Nizhny Novgorod. Placed under strict surveillance and effectively cut off from the outside world, Sakharov was subjected to a form of internal exile designed to isolate him and silence his dissent. Life in Gorky was marked by constant monitoring by the authorities. The couple's apartment was bugged, and their movements were closely watched. Sakharov's interactions with other dissidents were limited, and his communication with the outside world was severely restricted. Despite these conditions, Sakharov's determination to continue his activism persisted, and he found ways to communicate his thoughts and ideas through carefully chosen words and coded messages. Sakharov's resistance to the regime's oppression took a dramatic turn when he initiated hunger strikes to protest against his treatment and the suppression of political dissent. His first hunger strike took place in 1981, lasting for 15 days. During this time, Sakharov's health deteriorated significantly, and his protest drew attention both domestically and internationally. Sakharov's perseverance, along with the mounting international pressure on the Soviet Union, eventually led to a significant breakthrough. In 1986, under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev's policy of glasnost, openness, Sakharov's internal exile was lifted, and he was allowed to return to Moscow. Upon his return to Moscow, Sakharov continued his activism with renewed vigor. He engaged in public discussions, advocated for democratic reforms, and played an active role in shaping the evolving political landscape of the Soviet Union. His experiences in Gorky and his unwavering commitment to human rights further fueled his dedication to fostering positive change within the country. Andrei Sakharov's liberation in 1986 was not just a personal triumph. It was a victory for the larger struggle for human rights and freedom of expression. His resilience, combined with the changing political climate of the Soviet Union, played a vital role in shaping the direction of the country and contributing to the eventual dissolution of the Soviet regime. And there you have it, the powerful account of Andrei Sakharov's political exile. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with those who might be intrigued. Stay curious, stay passionate, and let's keep exploring the stories that shape our world. Thanks for watching, and until next time.